right, Aegis Force.
Yeah.
What is it?
Absolutely. Okay.
Good question.
I mean,
We're getting right into it.
Yeah, the hard-hitting questions right off the bat.
Let's start right at the start, eh?
No, Aegis Force: The Scorian War is a tactical RPG that is inspired by the games we loved the most back in the late 90s, early 2000s, 2.5D kind of thing, that's taken a little inspiration from like the Octopath Traveler,
Yes.
but with a fully 3D world and great 2D sprite art that we're using, so we're kind of mixing things together. But we're definitely inspired by games like Shining Force, some of our favorite JRPGs that are heavy in the story, like Chrono Trigger,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VI.
You're saying all the right words.
Yep.
Yeah, right. We got your
Check.
attention.
Yeah,
Yes.
Daryl's in.
And things like Fire Emblem, obviously, because we're playing with the tactics and everything like that.
Yeah.
But big, story-driven, lot of fun. Aiming for about 30-35 hours because we're getting
perfect.
older, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's good, yeah.
That's where we kind of want to hit, but we're really proud of the work that we've done so far.
Yeah.
So I watched the little preview of your game just the other night, and I immediately I was like, okay, this has got some sort of Dragon Quest art kind of stuff going on, and I love Fire Emblem and tactics games, so immediately I was like, okay, I need to play this immediately.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we're very excited you're here.
Yeah. So for everyone else that hasn't seen it, it is, like you're saying, kind of an HD 2D tilt shift view. But then when you get into combat, it is a square-based tactics
grids.
combat grid system, which is just, I think that just scratches that itch to keep people engaged. Mm-hmm. I think we were talking about that. I played Dragon Quest, the remake, the other day. And just the staring at an enemy combat of kind of the Pokemon back and forth combat just doesn't quite cut it anymore.
I agree.
And it really just it's nice to get something where I can be tactical. I can actually have some input to that. So
that's been kind of the fun part about this is that we're inspired by all these games that we've loved for so long, and that we can pull together a good studio, this little studio, who are all so passionate about it.
It's amazing.
But we also get the chance to say, we don't have to stick to exactly one thing, right? We do feel inspiration both from the tactical RPGs, where we're getting the combat that's a little more engaging, that's keeping people thinking about their positioning on the battlefield, but we're also pulling from the JRPG elements where we go, let's play up the story a little bit. Let's play up the emotion a little bit. Let's try and pull in characters that hopefully resonate with people too, so we can kind of play with both pieces.
Get away from the D&D murder hobo side of things. A little bit more story.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So in terms of characters, since you just brought that up, how many characters are kind of in your game? What's available? What am I looking at here? Am I have an army? Is there a main five? What?
This is a good question, and I mean, I'll speak. Okay, so my way overblown title is the narrative director, right? I'm just the one writer guy, right? And so we've got some other people who help me with pieces as we go along, but that means I can at least speak to this. We want to have 20 playable characters, so it's more like the Shining Force area,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
But I'll also level with you and say, some of them are going to be able to get a little bit more time than other ones. We do have a really solid trio who start off our journey, right? With Callan Roth, Orvis Magnerick, and Vedette Cairn, right? We got these 3 different
Sick
characters.
names.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
names.
Doesn't
I'm
get enough
already.
credit for his name.
We're checking a lot of boxes here.
Yeah, no.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And their story, I think, sits at the heart and soul of it. But we also have some characters, okay, I won't get too far ahead of myself. I'll say that, Callan kind of grew up a little bit more privileged. His mother was, a military leader. His father was what they call a rune maker, someone who's able to embed magic into everyday objects, which is really important in a game where a continent where you have 2 countries who've been at war for 100 years. One of them is magic-driven, the other's technology-driven, and so the only way the magic can keep up with technology is by putting these runes in. So he grew up in a very privileged position. Orvis and Vedette were both orphaned by the war, and so they grew up in an orphanage, and he became friends with them. So we get to kind of grow with them as they became this tight trio who all are bringing in different perspectives because they felt the war in a whole lot of different ways over their lifetimes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to be able to see how that interplays, and then to bring in some of our side characters like we have an amazing game designer, John, who has fallen in love with one of our side characters named Noah, who is she belonged to like a religious group that's our healers, but she has become an apostate from her group. She believes in healing, but she doesn't believe in doing it for a government or for a leader. She believes that she's trying to put the piece of the world back together herself.
Okay.
So he loves her kind of like...
True virtue.
Yeah, right? She's damaged in her own way because she's been on the battlefield for so long, but she's also out there trying to do the right things. So seeing all the ways that everyone's perspectives play together, even with the 20 characters, that we won't have the full time for everybody like we got for Callan, we want to have every character feel like they are realized and that they have a perspective and that their dynamic changes things.
And have different goals. Exactly. I think a big aspect of this game is like, there is a war, but it's not about everyone fighting on the same side.
Yeah.
It's this war that no one even really knows why it started or why it's still going. And so we have this huge range of characters, all with different backgrounds, and see what does that do to each individual person fighting a war that they don't even really understand.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long has the game been in development so far?
We're almost over a year now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And do you guys have like an end goal in mind yet in terms of like full release?
Our goal is 2026.
Exactly. Yep. So we're pretty excited because like a lot of these pieces are really coming together. Ethan is kind of he's like our director and tech lead. And so we just came through a period where we sat back, we made some decisions about how we wanted to continue building out the game, and then they've been hard building incredible tools to make sure that we can ramp up and do all kinds of cool and interesting things that, in my opinion, he probably is like, no, it's not magic. In my opinion, it feels like magic, like how much we're able to accomplish with a team of our size.
That's incredible. How big is your team, actually?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how big is your team?
Yeah.
On the development side, we're 4 or 5 people. But each of us usually have more than one hat on.
Yeah,
For me, I'm director, kind of like game design person, but I'm programming the whole game. Our artist, who's doing all the pixel art, is also our character designer. And our QA, kind of like level designer, is also our like art implement person. He's designing all the levels and stuff like that. And we have another artist doing all the 3D and 2D like high pixel art resolution for like portraits and the landscape art of the game.
That's incredible.
So is this a Steam release game, or like are you hoping to be on anything else in the future, or?
Yeah, right now it's on Steam. We have a demo out.
Okay.
At our booth, we're revealing like chapter 1 of the game, so it's a big part of the game that's not really seen anywhere else yet.
Sweet.
But eventually we plan to incorporate that into the new demo and update it. And our plans is Steam, and as many consoles after that as
Perfect.
As many as will take it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, this is one of those games that like strikes me as like a portable handheld game. Like this is something I'm gonna play on the go.
Yeah.
Get into the story, play for as long as I want, and then jump back out.
Yeah.
And then just jump right back in. But at the same time, it also sounds like a game that you could just get absolutely sucked into.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And just have a great time with. So
Yeah. Being on Steam puts us on Steam Deck as well. So
yeah, which is perfect. I was just gonna say, this is the perfect Steam Deck.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
So that automatically means we have to ask the question, how many endings are we potentially looking at for this
Good
story?
question. That depends on, I think, how good our Kickstarter goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a really good, really good production cadence. We got a good production budget and everything, but we also are trying to think of what can we do to expand out if things go really well. I'll tell you guys, I have beaten Chrono Trigger probably about 40 times in my life.
Yeah.
Right? I am a giant Chrono Trigger fan. So if we had the chance to be able to expand out and do 5, 10 endings or something, that'd be amazing. Right now, we're dead set focused on making sure we have one really good one.
One solid
Okay,
one?
yes.
Yes.
Fair.
And then we'll see if we can expand.
That's
No,
amazing.
that's fantastic. It's just nice to
Check
see.
them out on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
Kickstarter,
Yes.
Steam, wishlist it, wherever else you can find it.
Exactly.
Instagram, follow. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we've got a Discord. We've got, jump on our Steam page. Wish list. It makes a giant difference, obviously. But We'll be launching we have a Kickstarter page up, but we haven't launched our Kickstarter yet. If anyone wants to look us up, we would love that, of course. But when the Kickstarter time comes around, we would absolutely love any support, every bit of support we possibly can, because we want to make this something that it feels unique and that really scratches an itch for a lot of people that we've talked to who want that story-driven tactical gameplay. So
Yeah, bring it back.
I love that. Yeah,
I want the story.
So many of these new, so many of the new
whatever.
retro style games. A lot of people, I feel, skip that portion of it. That's what sucks you into like those classic games. It's like they have really good story. They have all these really cool mechanics for the time. But now we're getting some throwbacks, and people are just kind of like simplifying. It's like, well, I don't want this. I want it to be complicated.
Yeah, totally.
I want it to be complex.
Yeah, there is this HD pixel revolution with Octopath
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But to your point, like they totally hold that.
Yeah.
There's so much more, especially if you put things in a 3D world. Keeping things simplistic, especially there's a lot of challenge with doing like 2D art in 3D worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they've cracked it visually, but as far as gameplay, it's very much the same. It's very much like what those old games were like. And so I feel like there's a line they don't cross, which is like, just go full ham and make a big game.
Yeah. I'm here for it. So. Anything
Yeah,
else?
I think that's kind of the reason that Sea of Stars and games like those did really well, was because it's got that nostalgic feel that we love, but then it's got the new flavor and capabilities that
Yeah.
you're able to play around with and put into a game. So I can't wait to play your game.
Yeah, I think
Thank
we
you.
have it loaded somewhere. If we don't, it'll be on here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. It's you guys. I hope we have a great time with it. Obviously,
Yeah.
we are right now. We are working on a second demo, right? That we're gonna push out in a month and a half or so.
I think so, yeah.
About a month and a
Like
half.
late July.
Yeah. So the one that you guys will be playing, now is one that we've obviously been doing some little updates and stuff, but it's from late last year, and then we're just kind of like the stuff that Ethan and their team has been doing is so cool. Just to be able to see how everything is evolving as we move along has been a ton of fun.
It's amazing.
There it is. Found it.
Unbelievable.
That's the
Right
stuff.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even on the
The banner's up. Perfect.
done.
Yeah.
Installing.
Okay. Well, we're gonna play this weekend. We're gonna play the demo
Might
live
play
this
right now.
weekend.
No, please do. If I may, big shout out. I mean, we just got such a great team, and the fact that you saw that we're on the GameCon thing right there on a Steam page. That is our community manager, Candace. She is killer. She's the one who runs our Discord.
Absolutely.
Love
So
it.
if you guys jump on the Discord, you'll be talking to Candace a lot.
All right.
But
What's up, Candace?
she's so good. We just have an awesome team. I'm so proud of what we've done. Thanks for talking to us.
No,
Awesome.
thank
Thanks
you.
for coming
Thanks for
by,
coming to
guys.
the booth
Have a
and-
great con.
Yeah. I hope you get a ton of traffic and a ton of people getting on the wish list and everything else. And
Thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
can't wait to see what's next for the game. Hopefully, we get to do something with you again in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stop on by
Awesome.
too.
Love to.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, we'll come by.
Yeah.
We'll play it here and we'll play it there.
We'll play everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
guys.
Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Sorry.
All right, guys, welcome. Welcome.
Yes,
Hi.
thank you.
So we have the developers of Inferius. Can you pronounce it for me because I have to move it closer.
So
Yeah, just
it's
a little
called Inferius.
Inferius, okay.
I think it's Latin for underworld.
Nice.
And
That's
so
correct.
the whole concept of the game is based on Dante's Divine Comedy, where you're trapped in the underworld and you need to go through each of the 9 levels of hell to escape.
That is literally my entire tattoo sleeve. That is the base theme of my tattoo sleeve.
That's
That is
awesome. No, then you'll love it.
Yeah, except I hate scary things.
Yeah,
And
same.
I've been told that I have to play this game on stream.
Oh, great.
At some
great.
point. Yeah, Daryl's gonna hold my hand. We're gonna leave the lights on.
Yeah.
No, I cannot do horror games for the life of me, which is why I make them. I know all the behind the scenes
Yeah.
little secrets here
You
and
know
there.
exactly what to expect.
You know what's coming.
Exactly.
So first of all, what's your studio name? Where did we come up with this idea?
Yeah, we started the studio back in 2021.
Okay.
It's called Lucid Studios. We're here based in Edmonton.
Oh, nice.
We've been working on a few concepts for a while. We wanted to make sure before we started anything, we were like solidified on
Yeah.
an idea and a direction for the studio. And one of the earliest kind of decisions we decided was horror. That was like a very easy choice for us because we kind of want to make things terrifying for people.
Okay.
Because we don't like being terrified, so obviously we would project that on everyone else.
Of course.
And we started when we started with Inferius. We started concepting it middle 2023.
Yeah.
And we started demo work, working on a prototype from conceptualization last year, July.
Okay.
And this is our first time actually coming out and showcasing the game. Yeah.
Fantastic.
How's it been so far with reception of people experiencing your game for the first time, and even just being at a con like this?
Dude, you should check out Reddit.
Really?
It's wild. It's like we get some wild comments. Hey, it's been good. Honestly, it's been excellent. I'm super stoked with the support we've received from the community. Ricardo runs a lot of our social media, so you can definitely speak on this a bit more.
Yeah, like honestly, again, we're still building our audience.
Yes.
But so far, everybody who's seen it loves it, especially like just the vibes and the look and the aesthetic and everything, right? And then the big appeal of the game as well is the deck building aspect, right?
Oh.
We kind of describe the game as like Inscription mixed with Amnesia.
Okay.
So you go through the levels, you go collect cards, you assemble your deck, and then you challenge the rulers of those dominions, right? So
Okay.
like the lustful queen of lust, you have to go and battle her. She's
Arachnia.
Arachnia.
Yeah.
And that's just a spider-driven
Yeah,
level,
yeah,
Yeah,
right?
so if you have arachnophobia, it's not a good time.
Perfect for
and
my
we
wife.
made that the second level. We are
Yeah.
trying to terrify you on the second level.
So this isn't just a adventure, poop my pants, scare myself story. There's obviously a combat
Yeah.
mechanic. There's kind of the fight
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
mechanic of it.
like we really wanted to create an asynchronicity. You can tell English is not my first language. We try to create an asynchronicity between the deck building and the first-person horror. So the deck building comes in between the gameplay.
Okay.
And in order to feel the most prepared, you need to explore the dominions. And the more you get deeper into some of the more, I want to say, horrified zones that we created, the more you'll find better rewards. So we're incentivizing the player to go into the areas we know that they will avoid in order for them to be the most prepared during the card gameplay. And it's through the card gameplay that you actually progress through the game further down the line. So there is that. There isn't a very interesting story element that we're playing on as well. Betrayal is a big thing that we want to invoke as a key theme for the player. You're in hell essentially, so the game is not supposed to be fair. The narrative communicates this quite a lot, and even the card gameplay. You can speak on this.
So we actually adopt a few mechanics from Five Nights at Freddy as well, where taking your eyes off of the monitor or off of the card game, then the boss will start to do things while you're not looking, right? So you'll need to go like look to your left to like switch your turn, right?
Yeah.
Or you need to look to your right to make sure your lantern is lit. And as soon as you bring your eyes back to the boss, he might not be there anymore. He might be like right over your shoulder,
That's
right?
sneaky.
So we're playing with horror elements throughout the card combat as well, just to, not give the player too much of a break.
That is extra
I like that
sneaky.
though. That's like, to me, that's
Yeah.
like the best balance of getting, having the ability to like play through the game and not just like terrified, hitting W, hoping for the best, and just like kind of screaming your way through it.
Yeah.
But that's incredible. Do you guys have like a timeline of when you think the game is going to be out?
So over here at Gamescom, we're doing like a sneak little pre-alpha peek of the
Okay.
game. We are going to be announcing our game later this year with a demo and an announcement trailer, and then we are aiming for launch Q4 next year.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll be porting over to all the consoles and
Yeah.
stuff.
Perfect.
Start
if
on
things
Steam.
go smoothly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
That's what everyone usually says. Start on Steam and then make sure it runs on a PC, and
Yeah.
then you can usually port it to
Exactly.
Yeah.
wherever you want.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
But it is available for wishlist. We are active on all social medias, so yeah, we encourage people, sign up to a newsletter, check us out on Steam. Like the Steam page looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He's
and
proud of it.
I'm so proud of it. Our artists are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it's something you've worked on so much, like you should feel proud of it by
Yeah.
where it's at, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. One thing we're also doing is we're trying to create some community-based events for
Right.
people to join us early, right? So we have our Discord community up right now. I think we've got just well over 150 members at the moment.
Awesome.
And the purpose of it is like to show people, what the devs are working, meet the devs, but also we do these kind of like riddles, right?
Okay.
A bit of like play onto what to be expected in the game. And the more you partake, the more we're actually going to incentivize people to be a part of the game's development journey.
That's so cool.
Potentially introducing some lines. Maybe you have some like elements of voice acting that you'd like to throw in the game, right? Maybe some creature sounds, if you can do some fun stuff like that. We want to involve the community in some fun ways through the development, right? Especially for those that join us really, really early, you know?
That's fantastic.
People love to be a part of stuff and even like have their own little like mark on things. So that's a really cool idea to include that in the development.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said with devs, and I mean, I know there's a lot of other studios that have done this as well, but something to be said with devs who are boots on the ground with the community during the development process. It's something we're gamers our whole life, right? Like we grew up playing a lot of video games. So for us, one of the first things we communicated was how early can we get people involved with us,
absolutely.
right? When does it make sense? And we only started, when did we recently open up our Discord? Like a couple months ago, a few months ago.
Okay.
And it's been going good so far. I honestly, I'm really stoked to see how the community is going to evolve down the line as we release more games, more titles, and all that kind of stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have people usually like to ask, do you guys have a target goal for kind of the length of the game?
It is a roguelike structure. Right? It is a roguelike structure, so there are 9 levels to defeat in order to like win the whole game. Each level takes about 30 or so minutes to complete successfully. So on a good run, 3-4 hours.
Okay.
If you keep failing, a little longer.
It could,
Checks out.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah.
So I'm excited to not play this game.
I'm excited.
Don't take it personally.
No, you can watch it.
I'm excited to watch someone else play this game because horror.
To me, this like bridges that gap of like a horror game that I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're just trying to scare me for the sake of scaring me, and this bridges that with something that's like a mechanic that, like you said, incentivizes me to go further and to like push my boundaries of like, and then that creates success, right? Like it's a person building game.
It's character building.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just deck building.
I mean, some of the things we're going to take you through, it will definitely build character for sure.
Boy.
But it's fun, right? Like there's certain things like I said, my wife hates spiders, so she'll get to that and she would absolutely hate it. And there's things I'm like, oh, this is fine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with this.
What's your biggest fears?
Hang on, let me just get my note taker quickly.
I mean, you gotta go with like the originals, right? You got like the creepy clown in the closet.
Yeah, we have that.
The super like anticipatory like jump scare, but then it's like the
bait and switch.
The bait and switch
Yeah.
jump
Yeah.
scares.
Yeah.
I think those are like the big ones. Like gore isn't too bad. I think it's just like the extreme jump scares where you're just like every time you're just like
So we have a few face huggers that will like lunge at you.
Yeah.
And talking about clowns in closets, we have mannequins like trapped in like corners and stuff. Those ones where you take your eyes off of them and they're somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few of
So you guys are
those.
hitting all the notes then.
We're trying to.
We're doing a lot of research. Have been doing a lot of
Fantastic.
research.
No, that's gonna be great. You're gonna have people dodging their monitors.
Yeah.
So I think that's quarter 4 next year is what you're aiming for.
2026.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
H 2026.
Yeah. Keep your eyes out. Inferius. Steam wishlist it. Do you guys have any like trailers out or anything yet?
We do have a trailer on our
Just a
Steam
teaser.
page. Yeah,
Just
just
a
a
teaser,
teaser.
YouTube.
Well, it might actually get updated soon here.
Awesome.
But yeah, we do have a trailer. We have a Kickstarter that we're going to be working on, but we only want to launch that like closer to our final
fair.
milestone of development.
Yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, the biggest way people can support us is just wishlisting. I know it just sounds silly like numbers, but in today's day and age, with what publishers are looking for, with what what kind of tracks on Steam's growth.
What gets us
analytics,
visible.
What gets
Yeah.
us visibility is just wish lists, right? And
Yeah.
we do want to kind of earn that wish list. We want to earn people's attention.
I
We don't want to
appreciate
just
that.
like ask for it and then promise something later. If you feel like that this what we currently have on there right now speaks to you, absolutely, please wish list, because that's just going to keep us going further. I mean, even if we don't get it, we'll keep going. But
Yeah.
it's validating for us because we know the direction is working, right? That's a big thing for us. We want to make sure that the game is what people are looking for right now, because that helps us build an experience that someone's actually going to remember, essentially, right? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you guys very much for coming on.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Lucid Rain Studios.
Yes.
Awesome. Check them out.
Rain, Inferius.
Furious.
You can't see it on the shirts. I'll probably pop it in a video here later with the logo, but check it out on Steam and take a peek.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Cheers.
All right. Hey, everyone. We're back again. We are with We Need Weevils, who we actually talked to them last year about their game, the Drawnjuring. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
What can you tell us about what's changed? What's new?
What is new? Well, for starters, for people who haven't, known about the game.
Yeah, there. Just got
I'll
a
get
little closer. There
Sorry,
we go.
I'm very quiet.
That's fine. It's just loud, so we
Yeah,
haven't
fair.
turned right. Yeah.
These are great microphones.
Yeah.
You play as a lich called Glitch.
Yes.
And you are fighting waves of these oodles, these little enemies sent by this giant hand called the Oodler. Because the Oodler disturbed your peace and quiet, so
Okay.
why not? It's perfect revenge. Anyways,
Yes.
so that's the premise of the game. What's new? Well, we did a lot of polishing, a lot
Okay.
of new animations. We have added a shop system.
Okay.
Yeah, which is not balanced yet.
Okay.
It'll get there.
Balancing is something that always
It'll-
takes time,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
We need more
it's,
people to come play our
time
game.
consuming.
Yeah.
What else have we added?
Well, we've added new enemies.
Yes, we
Okay.
We've added 2 new enemies to be exact. I won't say what they do, but we have the Oodle Hopper and the Oodle Sneck now, or Snake.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them have unique abilities that no other enemy really has. So it adds some more complexity and variety to the gameplay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
we were working on 2 more levels to add to the game. Originally
Okay.
we had 5. We're working on it. It's not in there yet, completed.
It's a process, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is a process. So yeah,
Great. So those are the major changes.
those are the major changes.
Okay.
Those are the major changes. Obviously, we've also done some tune-ups as well. Like, we're trying to get some more shading, and I've been
Okay.
looking about shaders to try to make the game just look, I guess,
Yeah.
more visually pleasing. Of course, we were just adding a bunch of small tweaks as well, fixing bugs, the usual stuff. But yeah, no,
Again, yeah, it's a process,
it
right?
is a
Like,
process.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. It is a process.
We even found a bug today, or a feature as we call it.
Okay.
The player just went straight through the Oodle bars
Okay.
to fight the mini boss, and it didn't activate the boss. So they
Oh,
got
great.
to,
So the
like-
boss just like stood there and
Yeah,
took it.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're just posing. and-
Yeah, we're hoping to have our game fully released within the next month or 2 potentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're actually going to be going to Germany, going to Gamescom,
Oh,
to
wow.
show our game as well. So that's going to be
Okay.
very exciting, and we're
Some
definitely-
international travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have the game released either for Gamescom or before it.
Okay.
Just so yeah, we want to be able to sell the game at that point.
That's
So
that's
yeah,
a good feature to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting close. We are getting close. For
Okay.
Sure.
And it's available Steam.
It's available on Steam. Yes, the demo is
Okay.
free, completely free, available
Perfect.
to play. And yeah, you can wishlist the game. It's
Awesome.
available to wishlist. We actually just updated our trailer as well. On our YouTube page, we have a nice brand new updated trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, just hoping to get that released, and hopefully
Great.
we can find a good audience that enjoys our game.
Perfect. So that is the Drawnjuring by We Need Weevils, probably one of the most unique named studios I've. Okay, I gotta know then. How did we get to We Need Weevils?
We were in the comp sci building. I remember this. We were around a table.
Yes.
And we're like, what kind of names? All of us just around a big table. What
Yeah.
kind of names do we want? And then our artist Sean was just like, what about We Need Weevils?
So it was just completely out of nowhere.
It was completely out of the blue.
This wasn't even like a workshop sort of thing where we fine-tuned it. It was just like the first thing that came to your head.
Weevils, and it's like, oh my god, that's
And we're
brilliant.
like, yeah, sure, let's
That's
do it.
brilliant. It's stuck.
Great.
Perfect. Again, it's the most unique one I've heard so far. So it's,
And then when we became incorporated, we slapped on interactive at the end.
Oh,
We need
perfect.
Weevils interactive.
yeah,
Yep.
that way people know it's a game and not just bug
Studio.
advocates.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we call our Discord people in our Discord server. We call them Weevil appreciators. We have like a role for everyone there.
That's great.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a Discord server. As said, like, so anyone who's interested for sure could join our Discord server if they're
Awesome.
interested in the game and how it's developing, and any future games we make as well, because we'll definitely be working on some other games very soon after the Drawnjuring is finished. We're already trying to just brainstorm a little bit. So we're hoping to have some discussions soon.
Perfect. But one thing at a time, right? Like
Yes, exactly.
What do
Yeah.
you mean? You don't want to do everything all at once?
No,
That's
no.
great.
No, never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly.
Great. Well, thank you for coming on today. We Need Weevils, the Drawnjuring. Check it out. Wishlisted on Steam. You can find them on Instagram. Gamescom in Germany if you're looking to travel. When is Gamescom?
August.
August.
20th to 24th. Well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some events.
20th to
Okay.
25th or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, it's Cologne, Germany, if you want to travel.
Say Guten Tag in Germany.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hopefully you have a great rest of your GameCon. A lot of people get to play your game and
Yes.
a lot of wish list building from there.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
We're back right into another interview. We are here to talk about.
Cameras right there.
We're here to talk about a game called Two Strikes. Tell us about this amazing game.
We need to learn.
Do I just speak right into
Yes,
this?
speak right in
That's
there.
how
yeah.
microphones work, right? But Two Strikes, yeah, it's a fighting game for people who love fighting but are bad at fighting. And what I mean by that, it's a game that doesn't require combos.
Oh, okay.
It's called Two Strikes because guess why?
It only takes 2 strikes to win.
Matches end in up to 2 strikes, exactly.
I like
Inspired by the likes of Bushido Blade,
Okay.
Okay.
old school Samurai Showdown, more modern stuff like jump, I think it's called Dive Kick, Nidhogg,
Oh,
the
yeah.
likes of those.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
of course, Akira Kurosawa films. What we're trying to capture here is like the life and death moment in one swing of a samurai sword.
Okay.
It's a game about spacing, timing, and anticipation.
Reflexes.
Very
Yes,
cool.
sir.
Kyle would be terrible at this.
Yeah, he would not be good. Now, obviously, this is a lot of inspiration for it, but also it's very different too. What kind of drew you to this to mix up the formula from kind of what we see in this genre?
Well, to clarify, my role in this is the audio design and the music composition.
Very cool.
Awesome.
The developer, Danilo Barbosa, he's based out of Spain.
Okay.
Okay.
He was, as far as I understand, he watched Seven Samurais from Akira Kurosawa.
Okay.
And that bridge scene is something that he just wanted to have in game. He wanted something basic, something instantaneous, something fast.
Well, that's
It's
exactly
fast.
what you're going to get.
It's definitely fast paced from what we've seen for sure. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So talk to us some about like some of the audio things that like we can sort of expect. Like, what's the feel of the game overall?
For sure, like we said, Akira Kurosawa films being a big inspiration. So old school, kind of grainy, super saturated audio. Personally, I'm inspired by the likes of Samurai Champloo. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that particular anime.
No, not
Blend
too.
of hip hop,
Okay.
Oh,
these
yeah.
instruments.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very vibey, very atmospheric.
I love it
I like
already.
that. Yeah, I can get into that.
And to support the quick rounds and everything like that, we just wanted to have it kind of in the background, not get into the way of everything.
Okay.
Still keep it a little bit memorable, hummable, hopefully. So,
But yeah.
yeah.
It definitely is memorable. Like I said, I mean, there's not too many games out there that look like this, that kind of feel like this. I
Yeah.
find the speed and just the cadence of it is different from other games. Now, I mean, the big thing for me is from a competitive standpoint, we saw that you guys just had your first world tournament.
Yeah, Discord tournament. The game just came out, I think, May 23rd, actually.
Wow. Okay.
And we're slowly
Fresh.
cultivating a small community of Discord users. Very passionate people, lovely people who are, they support with the art, they support with participation and everything like that. So, yeah, we were just very excited to throw this tournament together to kind of give back to the community a little bit as well. Showcase the level of talent within the community, the level of competition there is as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea there.
Awesome.
If I may speak real quick about one
Yeah,
more
of
thing.
course.
Of course.
The art.
Yes.
Yes.
The art's what drew me in.
Yeah. Oh, that's what drew us in.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
It was initially started by a person called Gerson Oshiro. He's a manga artist based out of Brazil.
Okay.
cool.
Awesome.
And, a lot of love went into this. Every frame was hand-drawn,
Wow.
hand animated.
That's amazing.
So, lot of love, lot of love.
Incredible.
That's like old school cartoon, like everything hand drawn.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
That's awesome.
The cast of animators has grown since then, so we're hoping to bring more and more content into this game as it grows.
Does that include like new fighters and new areas to fight in? And
Yeah, exactly. Fortunately, we partnered up with Crunchyroll.
Oh, wow.
sick.
I think earlier this year, actually. So
It's a big
It's
deal.
on Game Vault. It's on Game Vault as part of
Awesome.
the mobile offering.
Okay.
And
wow.
with that, there's some content coming out. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Yeah.
That's as exclusive
heard it here
as
first.
we're gonna get. Yeah. But I guess what is the roster size right now? How many characters can you expect to see today?
Today, when you open up the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think 9.
Okay.
Mine is memorize the character select screen.
No, I have.
Yeah.
I'm literally counting as I go.
I mean, 9 is a good solid mix though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of variety, and I'm sure there's probably already players in your community that have a main.
Yep.
They know exactly who they're going to use and what they're going to do, and
Yeah, part of the lovely part about being within the fight a game community is the passion, right?
yeah.
People are creating tier lists every day. They're trying to break
Yes.
the meta.
Okay. So
Love
this
it.
is my question is like
Love it.
because as someone that's played a lot of fighting games, like
Yeah.
is there sort of like a pecking order? Like do they have different strengths? Is there some that are like better equipped to fight against other fighters? Like is that
Yeah. So we have the basic, Ken and Ryu offerings
yes.
for people who are just starting out. We
Yeah,
have
getting into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the tricksters who are a little bit harder to pick up, but once you master it, oh man, you're dominating, hopefully.
I like it.
We have the people who are long range. Some
Okay.
people who are brute force. There's
Yeah,
a lot of variety
that's
in
me.
there. Yeah. The brute force, yes.
Head first.
yeah.
Just
Dive
get
in.
there. Yeah.
Full speed.
Yeah.
That's the way, man. That's
That's
the way.
awesome. Now, you talked about the studio and kind of your team a little bit. I mean, I guess how big is your team? You said it's growing. Are you guys? Is it 10 of you, 20 of you? What are we kind of talking?
So we started off as 3 people. I'm a contractor on the team.
Wow, okay.
It's one solo dev to start off with.
Yeah.
He created the game One Strike on Switch. Very
Okay,
original name,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Now it's 2 strikes, but
Can't wait for 3.
Easy to follow. Easy to follow.
wrong genre, I think. But so far,
Just release a baseball game and
yeah, exactly. Why not? Started as a team of 3.
Yeah.
Over time, I think he hired a history major to work on the narrative aspect of it,
Oh,
to
well,
pay
that's
No
just
way.
smart.
feudal
Okay.
Japan and everything like that, right?
That's
Gotta
amazing.
represent it properly.
Yeah.
And then we also have, I think, 4 animators on there now. So slowly growing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Love seeing that. Love seeing that. Now, how long has development been? Like, how long have you guys been working on 2 Strikes?
I like to say 1 strike per year, but we're at 6 years now, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a haul. This is a long haul.
Yeah.
But definitely a polished product for sure from what we've seen.
We're doing
Yeah,
our best.
looks
Thank you
great.
very much.
Yeah.
How long is an average match, would you say?
Well, how good are you, But I mean,
Fair.
starting off, probably 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you don't expect that heavy strike, right?
That's right.
It's over.
Okay.
But as you start to master things such as the parry mechanic, the fake outs, the dash,
Yeah.
the individual character nuances, it's like a game of volleyball or badminton. You know, we got the volleys back and forth all of a sudden, and that 5 seconds becomes minutes, and you know it keeps growing.
That's
the longer
awesome.
you go for, yeah.
That's really cool.
Is this couch co-op compatible? Like,
Yes.
or is it online only? Does it have both?
Both.
Perfect.
Both. Fantastic local game, as I mentioned to you guys before. Great drinking game.
Yeah,
So fast.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. We
Like that?
that
That's
sounds
fun shit.
extremely dangerous.
Yeah. But it's also got rollback netcode, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what you need, 100%. Love that. Now, you talked about the narrative a little bit, and you brought in a historian to kind of work on it. So this has a full story mode, full campaign.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
each of the characters have like a little bit of a background associated with them. As you complete the campaign in higher difficulties,
Yeah. Okay.
you'll unlock more and more of the character's lore.
Oh, okay.
And over
super
time,
cool. Okay.
you'll see how everyone connects and how it all
Nice.
plays out. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I like that type of story in fighting games too, because it gives you an excuse to try different characters, and like you said, it kind of starts to paint in the other edges
Exactly.
of trying to figure out what this universe is like. So I appreciate that with games like this,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I got to figure out what this guy's deal is.
Yeah.
Like he looks cool as shit. I got to figure out what's going on here. So
Right. How do you
awesome.
get that scar or whatever like that?
100%. Yeah, love that.
I'm very excited because I'm going to be playing this game right after this interview.
Right? Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, the name of your company?
Yeah, studio.
The studio.
The one I work. I'm a contractor on this. I'm external to the company, but I'm representing them here.
Yeah.
They're Retro Reactor.
Retro Reactor.
Retro
Okay.
Reactor. Currently working with Entalto Publishing.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
And as I mentioned before, Crunchyroll as well. So
Yeah.
they're all working together to create this beautiful project. You know,
That's amazing.
we hope you enjoy it.
And where can you play Two Strikes right now?
Steam, all consoles. So PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, mobile.
Yeah.
Through
Okay.
Crunchy, yeah.
Okay.
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 So
Nice.
So everywhere.
Everywhere.
You can
Everywhere.
find it everywhere.
not
That's all you need to
Nintendo
know.
Switch 2 yet, because that just came
Not
out.
yet.
Yeah.
You
Not
heard. Yet.
Yet.
Don't quote me on that.
It's coming. I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now.
Your words, not mine, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and yeah, I can't wait to see Daryl put it to the test. And I mean, it looks incredible. So, yeah.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah. No, we really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
And sorry, your full name for our listeners.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
Your full name for our listeners.
Oh, my full name is Ben Hung. I go by Benny Maru for my work. so,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
perfect.
Well, Ben, thank you so much. We really appreciate taking the time. I got to get to playing that game, so
We're getting into it.
we
Enjoy.
appreciate you stopping by and hope the rest of the con is great for you.
Sounds good. Strike or die.
Strike or die. All right.
All right, folks. Well, this is the end of day one of GameCon.
Day one.
Day one.
One.
Day one.
What a day. What a day.
We're those day ones, you
yeah.
know.
I am very happy with how it went. There is so much cool stuff here.
Man.
I'm stoked.
We gave away a bunch of stuff.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Which, I think that's one of my favorite things is just like giving stuff away. People get psyched on it.
People have been so happy to win stuff.
Yeah.
And we've seen some of our T-shirts in the wild.
It's true.
They have been worn.
They have been worn.
It's the easiest way to carry a T-shirt. Just put it on.
Just wear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put it on.
It's true. It's a good
With
point.
pride.
We got to talk some really cool indie devs. We talked to We Need Weevils. We talked to Lucid Rain Studios with a scary deck builder. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Spooky.
Spooky.
We talked to what was it? Retro
Retro Reactor games.
Reactor
Yeah.
with Two Strike with a game
Yeah, that
that
was sick.
Daryl and Jordan fell into.
Yeah, happily.
We lost.
I
them
got
for a
real
bit
into
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got focused big time.
Aegis.
Deseret games.
Yeah, Deseret Games with
Aegis Force.
We lost
Yeah.
Daryl for an hour.
Easily. I've
He
never
crushed that demo.
Yeah, he did.
we downloaded the demo from Steam, and Daryl literally sat there. I don't know. Did you say a word the whole time?
I did. I was
Okay.
talking to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And those who were watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had a good time. That is a game. That's a day oneer for me.
Yeah.
That's a day one game for sure for me.
That's
I'm playing that.
That's big words from Daryl too. Daryl's not usually a day one purchase kind of guy.
I like a sale.
Yeah.
kind of guy.
Steam sale.
I like a deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was great though. You got to interview them first.
Yes.
And talk about the narrative in the game.
I did that twice today.
Played the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And then immediately went and goes, "Hey guys, demo was great.
Yeah, that was
Can't
great.
wait."
Yeah.
And then I saw there's like, hey, do you want to play the next chapter? I was like, I actually have to work, but
I got to do some stuff.
like that might happen tomorrow.
Yeah, please come back to the booth tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you missed it though, I might play the Aegis Force demo tomorrow.
Yeah, oh,
because
yeah.
It looks so good.
It's so
It
good.
did look really, really good.
Some amazing cosplay so far.
Oh yeah, tons.
Tomorrow's
tons.
gonna be even-
Tomorrow's gonna be crazier.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
gonna be-
I saw the full Fallout
Surprise.
with the minigun.
One of us might be cosplaying tomorrow as well.
Swimmers.
You can't see
coming
my
at
point.
you.
I'm pointing at Daryl.
Speedos and capes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are we
swimmers.
Capes.
are we letting people know what the cosplay is going to
Nope.
be? Or,
Nope.
all right.
Be in it tomorrow in the stream.
Exclusive.
Any other highlights for us?
Fusion Donuts again.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Fusion Donuts were a good time. Yeah. Honestly, man, just getting the chance to walk around and see a bunch of
There's
what
so
they
much
got
to
going
see.
on, and it's been a
Oh
handful.
my goodness.
Like I honestly think I've seen maybe half. I got to do
I
another
don't even know if
lap
I've seen that
tomorrow.
I've
much.
like missed whole aisles.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I haven't been down there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't even seen the.
I don't
pinball
even think
area
I
yet.
went to the board
Kyle.
game.
No, I didn't go to the board game.
You made your
section either.
choices.
Yeah, I
Some-
did a quick walkthrough because I wanted to go watch some Warhammer stuff because
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
intense, but it was just
Somebody might have popped into the pinball hall a couple times.
Do we want to kind of tease some possible interviews tomorrow? Kind of what we got on the go. What's happening?
What do we have on the go
do
tomorrow?
we know? You have the list.
Well, because I am organized,
Such a
unlike
teaser.
our host Kyle over there. So
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's fine.
tomorrow we're going to try and talk to the Super Evil Megacorp devs
Yes.
that they do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fates.
Yeah.
Splintered
roguelike
Fate.
game.
Splintered Fate.
Splintered
Yes.
Fate.
I
thank
got
you.
to play it a little bit today. I think it'd be a fun pod game.
Yeah. So that game looks awesome, and yeah, I'm a big roguelike fan. So, hopefully talk to them tomorrow, and then when Retro Wares Game Studio, they've actually got 4 games at the show this weekend. Toxic Crusader kind of looks like a TMNT like side scroller beat 'em up.
Yeah.
So that looks super cool, but they've also got 3 other games that look really interesting too. And they definitely specialize in like the 8-bit, 16-bit retro look. So,
sick.
See what happens there. And then, we've got two other studios that approached us that want to chat. So,
And we'll probably have even more.
yeah. No, we're excited. And, for anybody that's here at the show that wants to come say hi, any devs that want us to, talk about your games.
Booth 304. Come find us.
Don't be afraid. We're not scary. Mostly.
Just looking. Just scary
Just
looking.
scary looking.
Apparently.
We're super nice.
We appreciate snacks of all forms. that really opens us up.
Kyle looks a good belly rub. I like a nice high five.
Nice crisp high five.
Yeah.
I don't know, big spoon, little spoon, whatever.
Yeah,
It's whatever works. But,
Whatever works.
Yeah, no, we're pumped for the weekend, man. Should be a good one.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. Day 1, would we say it was good enough?
Good enough.
Yeah, I think it was good enough.
That's it for us today.
Good enough.
See you tomorrow.
Done.